All right, and we are back with PMCtrilogy with True Crime New York City. Welcome back, PMC. It feels like it's been forever since we've last talked. So I'm going to go ahead and throw it over to you. Good luck. Have fun. Good luck. Have fun.
Excellent. Thank you so much. So, folks, I was here yesterday from Die Hard. I'm back now with True Crime New York City. 80%, of course, is a 2005 PC game. Well, we're playing the PC version. There was, of course, PS2, Xbox, GameCube versions of this as well. Now, of course, there was an incentive for the 7-character license plate. And so if I can get what that is, I'll put this in and get us started.
Yes. Give me 1 second. I thought I had that up.
This is, of course, the old-style New York license plate, not those horrible, ugly orange and blue license plates that they have right now. So sorry to anyone who lives in New York State at the moment with that license plate.
We have a great name for you.
Okay.
It is 69 420 69.
All right. There we go, folks. It'll be a blessed run. So timing will begin when I skip the cutscene. So if you're ready to go on time, I will launch it in. And again, as soon as you see me skip the first cutscene, just start the timer.
Sounds good.
All right. So we got load screen. And start. All right, folks. This is True Crime New York City, which is a very solidly made video game. This is a port of an already dodgy video game. Walls are not a real thing in this video game. So we're able to pretty much sideways walk out of most walls. Anyway, that was the prologue where we avenged our father. 5 years have passed. We are now a police officer. And so now we get to learn how to punch foam. This game has a surprisingly deep set of thoughts about punching foam and kicking foam. And we have to do enough of this tutorial so that we can pass it. We don't actually have to do all of it, though. What we're going to do is do exactly the amount that we need in order to pass, and then we're going to exit it, because there's really no reason for us to do any more than that. We'll just go to the end. If you went straight out of bounds and then tried to go to the end, you would end up failing this. So even though you can go to this door, just clip out immediately. That was punching. This is the shooting test. Kind of same deal. These guys, whether or not they spin is random. So that it can be, you can lose a surprising amount of time, especially if like the last one spinning. That's really a bummer. Gun dives, of course, are cool. Grenades are a part of police training for some reason. So enjoy that. This is a finicky clip. Again, we've done the same thing. We have done enough of the test in order to pass, and then we're heading straight to the end. If you've been to New York City, you might know that, of course, there is a giant underground cavern in which they teach police officers how to drive. And here we are, again. And same thing applies to this test as applied to the last two tests. We pretty much pass most of the tests by just doing handbrake turns and putting our sirens on. It's going to prompt us to try and do some other things, to do like a pit maneuver or to fire from the moving car. We don't really have to do those things. We can just sort of bail out. Although I should note, of course, this game does have firing from a moving car. Before GTA did. They didn't have firing from a moving car until GTA 4. Well, I mean, okay, you could do the look out the side, drive by in GTA 3, but like no one really liked that, let's be honest. You can actually free aim at things from a car in this game. So you're wondering about where did this game come from? This game was the second in a series of true crime games, a series of GTA clones published by Activision and made by Luxoflux. Luxoflux, their other big claim to fame besides the true crime series was the Vigilante 8. I was about to say Twisted Metal, but I was like, no, it wasn't Twisted Metal. It was the other series. All right, here we go. So, jump through and up. Oh yeah, we always hit the baby carriage. That's kind of required. That's you're not a real police officer until you run over the carriage. I like to believe that actually helps you pass the test. But who knows, right? We can barely know. The thing about this game is, as janky as it looks, it does have a lot of money in it in certain places. There's a lot of really premium voice talent in this game, and there's a lot of very good licensed music tracks, which is kind of a liability now on Twitch in 2020, but as a video game, you know, it's fine. But I should mention, though, we're never going to hear any of the voice tracks, though, because I have turned the voice volume down to 0. And turning the voice volume to 0 in this game makes it so that the game doesn't wait for the voice line to finish playing. And so what you're going to see are a lot of sped up cutscenes. There's going to be various unskippable cutscenes that are going to look ridiculous because someone's just going to go through all their animations as soon as possible. And that's pretty much it. That's going to be the whole kit caboodle. The no voice lines thing is going to be important for cutscenes, but it's also going to be really important for a mechanic that we won't get to for a few minutes. But yeah, here's an example. Yeah, camera, camera, camera. And there's supposed to be voice lines describing what each one of those guys are, but we don't get those. Here I'm going to try to arrest everyone from behind, and that skips a lengthy animation where I turn them around so then I can arrest them. Yeah, even there you can see I managed to activate a slight animation. In this game, the easy way to commandeer vehicles is to just flash your badge and then people get out. Pay attention to this next unskippable cutscene. Man gets out and then he closes the door. He's apparently a mime. This is my conclusion. Oh boy. Oh, he actually got it loose. Oh. What? Okay. I guess I must have like squished him in between there. Ideally, that guy's a padding AI usually gets blocked by the car. So, well, we drove there with our police mentor, but our police mentor decided that we needed to go get a car. See, this is the guy we were driving with, and he's trying to teach us how to be a police officer. He's bringing us into the force. And so anyway, he's finally done teaching us everything that we need to know, and now we're gonna go investigate some criminal wrongdoing while listening to an excellent Big Pun track. Yeah, again, I said this game's got good music. Wasn't kidding around. So anyway, our police mentor dies. Sorry about that. We're gonna do some save and loads here. The reason we're doing the save and loads is, ordinarily, in order to advance the main plot, we would need to solve a random city crime. However, doing this series of save and loads, we're going to actually fool the game, and the game is going to allow us to go straight to the next story mission because it thinks that we've already done the city crime. So it's going to say locate parking garage. Normally it would say solve city crime. Anyway, welcome to the taxi. We're going to spend a substantial portion of this game trying to get taxis and to get taxis to spawn. Taxis are fast travel, much like GTA 4 or other open world games. This would be the first cutscene where we would hear Christopher Walken's voice. But, again, not playing with voice lines. So again, look away, look away, look away. Okay. All right, we're off to a great start here. Wow. Okay. This may be like the... Oh. Oh, okay. Of course, one spawns like behind me. Incredible. Yeah, watch out for the violent vegetarian vandals. Yeah, so, you know, I didn't mention it earlier, but there was one point where I was driving with a camera facing the other way. And the reason I was doing that was because traffic wouldn't spawn in front. So... generally, this is you know, a lot of open world games are like this though. They're only going to load stuff where you're looking. Anyway, we gotta handle some criminals. This game has auto aim, and we can basically just whip our mouse around and shoot, and it does all the work for us. Cool. We murder everyone. Yeah, I mean, I'd be curious to know how they would load that stuff. It's very, you know, I think there's a lot of people interested in what's going to be possible with SSD setups being the norm, right? Like that's the default thing. You don't have to program for, you no longer have to program for the base model PS4. Kind of creates a different atmosphere. So here we're gonna have to knock off a motorcyclist. He's trying to get away from us, but we can shoot him off. But I need to fire off warning shots because there's a risk that someone's gonna run over him. Then I have to neutralize him. And now I have to interrogate him. I mentioned before there was another mechanic that was gonna be affected by being able to have no voice lines. And so here, instead of having to, normally like you would press the keys here and you would get one of 2 voice commands and you would have to listen to the voice line. But since we don't have, we're not listening to voice lines because we turned them off in the audio mix, we just rapidly punch people until the thing, completes, because that's policing. Of course, I always love it here when the thing gets stuck behind my own car. Delicious. Yeah, there's a lot of comments one could make about policing based on this game. But of course, an essential police activity is being able to clip through walls. Clipping through this wall not only gets us to the stairs faster, it also messes up the whole sequence of triggers in the game. And what's going to happen here is... oh, that was an accident. That allows us to get through this door. Normally this door would be closed. So, do I only play games with wall clips? Not exclusively, but I do really like a good wall clip. I'm going to be honest with you. A good wall clip really keeps the speedrun together. So this is Cold Beer Man. And in order to defeat him, we have to destroy his cold beer letters. Ideally, we can get all of it with the AK. That was pretty optimal in terms of bullet usage there. And then once again, we interrogate. Much of this game is structured this way, where you... okay, that's a longer animation. That's an error on my part. But the idea is, typically, we are going to a crime scene. We are interrogating a criminal, and then that guy is telling us where the next crime scene is. And it's pretty much rinse repeat. Like that is the structure of the video game. So we get to see all the sights in New York City. Going to the museum now. This is supposed to be a stealth mission. A note, you might have seen me indoors constantly firing. And you're like, hey PMC, what's the deal with this? This pistol has infinite ammo, and indoors, so only for indoor environments, we actually move faster when we're in a run and gun state than if we weren't constantly shooting. Again, this only applies indoors, doesn't apply outdoors, but that's why there, it works out better for us to constantly be shooting indoors. So here, in order to interrogate this guy, we have to clear out the baddies. One of those guys drops a 50, which makes it very easy to deal with all these enemies. And then we can interrogate this guy and get a nice cold carbonated sugar. Alright, so now the game is going to attempt to give us a tutorial about tasks. Tasks are things that we can do. It is possible in this game to fail a mission without actually having to restart the mission. So you can just fail the mission, and then the game will dump you back into the world with that mission being failed. And so now this is a speedrun, so of course we are never going to, well, we're almost never going to fail a mission, but keep what I said in mind about task and failing missions. Temp is noticing the controls. So the controls are not rebindable by normal means anyway. And so you actually have a few methods. So when I'm doing melee combat, when I do a heavy punch, I have 2 options. I have the option of either doing a num 9, or I can do I can hold down control and right click to get a heavy punch. So that's interesting. Like for example, I should have mentioned it when I was doing that punching test at the beginning of the game. But control plus left click is light punch, or num 7. Control plus right click, or num 9 is heavy punch. Control left click and right click at the same time, or num 9, num 7 at the same time. Oh, wait a second. Everyone listen. Alright, if you're able to hear that, the man loaded a Windows noise into his rifle and tried to fire it at me. But the good news is that I stunned him and then punched him so hard that a smaller man popped out of him and unlocked the door. So, note here, we cannot use taxis here. So we are going to commandeer a vehicle. I hope this is fast. There are normally we get a police car, but sometimes there are faster vehicles, and so I'm going to take the risk and see if this is faster. This actually seems reasonable. This might be about as fast as a cop car. So, yeah, this is a real speed run. I have sworn a blood oath to submit this to every GDQ event until they take it, because I think this is the best bad game speed run I've done, and maybe one of the best I've seen. And I am always delighted to submit it to every marathon that I can. So,
I think that is a wonderful goal to have, to be honest. Do we have a quick second to read out?
Now's a great time. I'm just driving. Yep, go ahead.
Perfect. All right. So we have $25 from Paul Saltine saying, I said $2 a death. Let's do 3. 8 deaths for 24 total. May as well round that up to an even 25. Not sure if that's actually an even number, but you know what? Thank you so much for that $25. Guys, we are so close to that $400 goal. We are only $25 extra away. So get those donations in. Thank you so much, Paul, for all the wonderful help in that amazing run.
Yeah, that was a very, very cool run. Folks, we went to the opera. And in the opera, we clipped out of bounds, and now we are killing the boss before the boss spawns. So I'm going to blow up this boat with my pistol, in particular hitting this canister. So the problem is we killed the boss, but the boss hasn't spawned yet. So now we have to activate the trigger for the boss. I mentioned earlier that I'm using auto-aim. And so I'm going to use the auto-aim to shoot people through the floor, as you do. Every time you see +3 career, someone has died. And so I'm going to go ahead and, once you hear the music change, here we go. And so, good job, folks, we did it. We have now taken care of things. One of the important things about the route is the order that you do the crime families in. Automatically, we did the Magdalena cartel first. However, you can do the other crime families in different orders. We're going to do the mob next, because that is a more recent route. You can also do the Shadow Tongue next. We'll do the Shadow Tongue after this one. Anyway, we got to go to the local Italian restaurant. So now we're chasing the Palermo mob. And, of course, the first thing you do is go to Italian restaurant. Oh, boy. These guys are extremely rude. So we need to clear out everyone in here so that we can interrogate Gino. One thing that's very powerful is the heavy punch. Oh, heavy punch combo. Oh, no, I accidentally arrested a man. Not what I wanted to do. Here we go. So now that we have punched everyone, Gino spawns. Gino wants to go, what's going on? And he's quite alarmed. Yeah, if you've ever seen one of these in a pizzeria and you've wondered what it's for, it's actually a self-defense weapon. I didn't know that either. Cool. So that is Gino. And Gino's told us where we need to go next. We need to go to the mortuary way up in Washington Heights. So off we go. All right. Ideally, oh, I think I just despawned taxis. Wait, come on. Come on. No. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, God. Why? Why would I be betrayed like this? There we go. So, again, gotta go to the mortuary. Mortuary is some pretty fun stuff. I've been dying to go. Alright. So this is gonna be this is gonna be a pretty straightforward level. We're gonna clip out of bounds. A note about clipping out of bounds is that sometimes you might have seen me clip out of bounds while firing my weapon. If I'm in a firing animation while falling, that prevents me from getting falling damage. And there, that's the end of the level. We go right out. All we have to do, go to the exit, and we're fine. All right, but bad news, the mortician is escaping, so we need to apprehend the mortician. And that means a little bit of driving. We gotta chase him. We gotta do a pit maneuver. I skipped the tutorial for doing a pit maneuver earlier, but you get to see one now, hopefully. Whoop, there you go. Totally normal pit maneuver. That's how it happens. Yep, that's correct. You just simply do not take the fall damage while shooting. Oh, go. There we go. Had to shoot him in the knee before I could pick him up and interrogating him. That is, you know, that's what you do. There we go. All right, cool. So, gotta get another taxi. Gotta go to the gym now. Yeah, folks, remember going to the gym? All right, I would love. Come on, give me a taxi. Give me a taxi. All right. Is that? No, that's just a really dirty car. Oh my goodness. All right. It's okay. This is giving people more time to donate to the marathon, is really what it's all about. All right, we're going to the gym. So we end up right in the zone right to begin with. And now we're going to go ahead and bean some people with some dumbbells. All right. That guy might get me. Oh, damn. No. Okay. That guy usually just runs right at me and tries to throw me. All right, so anyway, she now gets back up and then climbs up the rock wall to get to the indoor track. If we don't chase her here, she actually will dive out the front window, which is interesting. There is a camera glitch here where sometimes the camera doesn't leave the rock wall, and you just have to, you have to try and chase her. It's very interesting. But anyway, we chase her once around. It's fine. And then we just interrogate her. Cool. So she tells us now where the next crime is, and wouldn't you believe it, the next crime is at a accounting firm. Accounting is basically just criminal work all the time, forever. Hello, I would like a taxi, thank you. Yes, well, you know, it's what the people wanted, folks. It's... Oh. They told me it was a donated incentive. So I was like, all right. It's what the people want. Well, folks, sometimes that's how it is. All right, so here we have to activate a few triggers. Oh, apparently accounting is a noble profession. I'm sorry, folks. I must have misspoken. You know what is a noble profession? Auto aiming and shooting people through walls is extremely noble. Once I shoot 4 people, Tony is ready to be interrogated. I just pop through the wall and ask Tony some questions. Cool. There we go. Anyway, Tony told us that we got to go to a construction site. Hey, taxi. No, bye, taxi. All right, so wouldn't you believe it? The Italian mob has the head crime family stuff going on at the Tower of Pisa. Never, wouldn't have believed it. There's no way I would have guessed that this was it. So we get to do a few clips here. We're gonna do some stuff to avoid some spawns. Okay, so that's going to allow us to avoid a few spawns. Now we're going to do another one here where we're going to use the run and gun state and then do a gun dive to get around there. That's going to avoid a whole bunch of spawns, which are going to make our lives way easier. Oh. All right. Use some gas tanks. We got one more set of enemies here. Sometimes these guys will get stuck in the elevator, and then the elevator will despawn, and they'll fall to their death, and you can hear them screaming, which is like a real mood. But they all got out of the elevator this time, so we'll just have to admire this cityscape, especially this sports field over here. Right? That's pretty good. You gotta be a fan of that. So now we have a little rail shooter here, where I'm just going to be ascending and shooting some people. We can shoot some people out from below, so that guy will fall down. And as again, you're noticing that I'm able to do a auto hit through the floor as we're ascending. And basically, as soon as they spawn in, I can hit them. Yeah, we're right in the city, right? Like, this is basically just straight New York. I mean, this is Manhattan. The game takes place in a sort of 2005 grid based on Manhattan. So, and I think the idea was they were going to sequels to this. Had this game been successful enough to have sequels, the sequels would have taken place in other boroughs. Like, I think there's a partially mapped Brooklyn. You can visit the Brooklyn Bridge. Of course, you can't get across it. Or at least, you can get across it by weird means, but there's nothing, of course, really on the other side of it. It's Brooklyn, right? Anyway, this is the boss for this. He's going to use his powerful crane technique on us. And we're just gonna go ahead and knock him down. All right, excellent. All right, so here I do need to pick Shadow Tongue. We don't want to do Shadow Tongue last. Shadow Tongue last can really create some problems. Oh no, there was a taxi. Come on, spawn. There we go. But now we're going to do maybe the most important objective in the whole game, which is we're going to go defeat Goths. Or the Goths have a nightclub in Chinatown, which is set up in an old church. Also, shout out to Motorola. This is supposed to be a fight with 3 waves. Oh, wow. Okay. That has not happened to me since I've been doing this strat. Oh, interesting. Okay. Weird. There are reasons that's weird I'm not going to go into. My goal was to clip out of bounds. And so now I'm going to punch this guy. This guy is the boss of the 3rd wave. He's just sitting out of bounds for some reason. Once we kill him, it activates this girl in the coffin who's going to run out the exit and activate the exit trigger for us. Yeah, don't worry about it. So again, should have been 3 waves, but the boss is sitting out of bounds, so. And now we're in a rail shooter. The goal for rail shooter is pretty straightforward. Don't die. take care of cars that might hit us and prevent us from getting through. The timing for this is not very strict, I would say. It's definitely possible to get hit by cars and to lose time. So we want to avoid that as much as possible. But for the most part, I'm just going to be auto-aiming and shooting these in order. So if you want to plug anything or mention any donations, this rail shooter is a great opportunity to do so.
I mean, you know that I like plugging the charity. So no new donations in just yet, but guys, we are so close to that $400 goal. Remember the charity that we are raising money for? It is Child's Play, bringing games and toys and all that wonderful stuff to children who really need it, the children who are in the hospital. So get those donations in, ! Donation, and let's hit that $400 goal.
Absolutely. Yeah, meanwhile, we're experiencing some very normal New York City traffic here, full of ramps and mostly empty streets. Maybe the most unrealistic part, more so than the ramps. This is a good example. I want to take out these cars that are going to be on my inside corner of where I'm going to be turning next, just to really make sure that they don't get in the way. Right there, you saw an example where blowing up a car caused the car behind it to immediately end, and that's because the explosion of the first car has a hurt box that connects with the hit box of the driver, and the driver instantly dies as a result. So, fun little thing there. If it happens to people on motorcycles, the motorcycle actually keeps driving, which is its own reward. Yeah, please also admire this beautiful limousine that I'm in. I got a nice little CRT there, some champagne. Oh yeah, see, there's an example. I got hit by this, and that knocked me off course, and so now I've lost time because I wasn't able to take care of that guy quickly enough. That's what I get for looking at my beautiful CRT. Yeah, pretty good looking though, right? All right, this was really close. All right, it's fine. Had the hood of the icon actually filled up, I wouldn't have died. But hey, no big deal. It's not too often that we die on the rail shooters, but once in a while the game just decides that our time is now. But off to the next mission. This is going to be one of the missions that is a driving mission where we actually do some driving. It used to be way longer. But then actually, someone who's now in the chat, Skiller, figured out that you could skip. So I should mention, KZ Fru figured out you could skip part of Hard Cell, which is this mission we're about to do. And then Skiller here actually figured out that you can skip even more of it. How am I staying in the same spot with the limo swiveling around you? I mean, that's just that's police secrets. I think is the answer there. But yeah, so if you remember earlier, I mentioned that this game has a thing called task. And a task is something that you can do to get the lead for where the next mission is if you have failed to get the lead from the previous mission. We're going to abuse that because we have a situation where the informant and the next task, or actually and the next mission are the same, one and the same. And that kind of causes the game's programming to freak out. So what we're supposed to be doing is going around to 3 thrift shops, extorting people, and then taking that back to the clerk, taking the truck back to where we started. However, we're going to fail the interrogation, and then we're going to blow up our truck, and now the game is going to say, hey, you failed, and then we're going to say visit informant, but it's actually going to send us straight to the next mission. So we get to skip a lot of the mission there, which is pretty cool. Oh, nope. I thought I was out of bounds. So what we're doing here, I haven't failed this in a while, actually. I used to really have trouble with this. So what we're doing is we're putting ourselves just a little bit out of bounds and then doing a heavy punch combo. There I did it well enough that I didn't die. So we just need to negate a little bit of the fall damage and that allows us to fall straight to the ground floor. And then, you know, we go from there. We have health in case we do it. Usually you can do it without taking any damage. But here, we needed to take some damage, but that's fine. We just take care of all these guys with the AK, and then we interrogate Lynn. That was an interesting little glitch there. Sometimes if you mash hard enough when starting an interrogation, you can get the marker to go past the middle point before the graphic appears. And what will happen is that when you get the first marker after that point, you'll actually get 2 exclamations instead of 1. That's a yellow card. That's illegal. Do not bait me like that. That is baiting. I do not appreciate that. There you go. All right. It is human cargo time. If you were to try and learn this game, learn to speedrun True Crime New York City, this is a lot of people's least favorite mission as new runners. And you'll see why. There's a lot of opportunities for things to go wrong. Alright, so we do have to drive. Alright, so as you can see, we're in a big cargo ship. And we have to adjust our planes accordingly. Oh, no, I messed that jump up. So the first thing we're gonna do is jump around this door. This is always so weird. Alright. Oh, wow. No. Oh, no. I don't know. I think this is the hardest thing in this mission is... Oh, there we go. I just warped back into that. Okay. There we go. So anyway, did that. Now we're going to activate this. This man is going to attempt to bludgeon me. It worked. That's okay. So our goal here is to chase this guy down. And this guy is supposed to get ahead of us, but we got other planes. So you're not supposed to be ahead of him. It should go without saying. The game does not want you to do that. Oh, huh. All right. So this guy's AI is pretty bonkers. Oh no, did I glitch it? I think I glitched it. All right, so we got to restart that real quick. Thankfully, this game does have a quick... so this is one of the things that can happen where you get the soft lock. Yep. So he gets stuck inside the ladder. Part of what happened there, too, was that he got stuck behind the ladder, which made things really, really annoying. I keep getting caught on the edge there before going up. Wow. I may just have to unlock that. Of all the things to have trouble with. There we go. See, again, it's simple. Come on. It's policing. It's elementary. All right. Anyway. So I'm going to do the same thing again. Hopefully he doesn't get caught on the ladder this time. The thing that we're trying to do is actually have him get closer to us before... Okay, so yeah. So now I'm going to be able to look behind. I'm going to activate the ladder when he's behind me. And then do it the same thing here. Yeah, here we go. So... why are you able to do that jump and have them bring the container over? Yeah, it's the scripts in this level are very, very weird. It's also a risk-reward thing. You know, if you fail that first jump, it's not a big deal. If you fail it later, you can usually die. So anyway, so we're able to do the ladders twice, but the bad news is that because of scripting, we're actually not able to pretty much do anything with them yet. We have to go and activate at least some of the other triggers. So we're going to get rid of these two guys. Normally way more enemies would have spawned, but we're able to get through that. If you're playing along at home, you might be playing on the Xbox version of this game. And the thing about the Xbox version of the game is you can't actually humanly complete this part. This guy's going to jump down, and on Xbox they shipped a build of this game in which the window, in order to press the button to wrestle, is really, really tiny. And so unless you have like an infinite stamina cheat or something, or like you have like a turbo, it's not really possible. So shout outs to the Xbox version of this game. But once you get him over, you just throw him off. And now we were able to interrogate the guy we were chasing. Oh, okay. There we go.
Do we have a quick second for a donation?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Thank you again to Noop Waffle. Once again, love that name. For that $10 saying, who needs those bounds anyway? Thank you so much, Noop Waffle, for that wonderful and generous donation. Definitely appreciate that. And back to you.
Awesome. So here I am going to save the game. I'm going to do a save and load. It's going to take me back to the precinct. Because we're not in an area where any would be spawning, any taxis, you have two choices. You can either drive that taxi back to the road and try to get a taxi there, or you can just save and load, and I'll take you back to the precinct and walk out the door and hopefully get a taxi right away. As you can see there, I got a pretty optimal taxi. I was able to get a taxi right outside the precinct and then get on to the final mission for the Shadow Tong. This is the Memorial KZ Fruit Crime Cavern. If you've ever been to New York City, you'll know that it's just a huge crime cavern where they do crimes and there are bottomless pits. It is a very real possibility that I will fall to my death because this is a video game. Sometimes when you jump up to get the zip lines, it just doesn't work. But that's okay. Alright, please enjoy this ladder climbing animation. Very good. Oh! Wow, that's oh my goodness! Skiller, has that ever happened to you? Has that guy ever just drained you? Wow. That was not the way I anticipated dying in this mission in a marathon setting. That's incredible. Yeah, I've never seen anyone do that. Well, shoutouts to me. This game has a way of always surprising me during marathons. I probably have run it at like 15 marathons now, and something always happens. All right. Anyway, ladder climbing. I guess I'll be more careful with these guys. Again, they've never killed me. I don't understand this. All right. Yeah. I respect you, sir. Please leave me alone.
All right, I'm gonna just cut in 1 second.
Please.
Saying thank you so much, Hoaxy. I'm so hoping I'm saying that right, for that awesome raid.
Awesome.
Thank you so much, and welcome in, Raiders.
All right, we are almost out of the crime cavern, or at least the dangerous part of the crime cavern. Oh wait, no, I don't want to do that. I'm gonna jump first. Oh. I have died a bunch of times to that, and it is not fun. I do not recommend it. So this is going to be technically the end of this first level, and now we're actually going to have to fight this boy. So we're going to try and punch loop him. Okay, do the punch loop correctly, and now we get to do some classic video game sequences where we're going to climb a wall while a man throws boxes at us. Whoop, there's the box. So we just got to go sideways to avoid. An important note about climbing the wall, we need to not go to the left side of the wall because there is a chance that will bork Leland's programming. And so we want to avoid that. Because what will happen is he will fall off and he will die. And then if he dies, the mission soft locks and we can't actually progress. There's also a risk on one of these walls that we can get a faster than normal box dropping rate, which is not great, but very funny. So yeah, sometimes we'll get what I call the infinite box glitch, because what'll happen is we would get to the top of the wall and discover a giant mass of vibrating boxes. We don't have it right now. The timing is too slow. But it's never great when it does happen. Not a fan. Alright, good news. We made it to the top. Leland hasn't fallen off. I'm gonna grab some safety health. And then we're finally going to get this this run back on track. Unless, of course, for some reason you think a fight on the subway tracks is making it go off the rails. Oh, alright, so I was able to punch loop him until my stamina ran out. No, oh, well, that was an accident. So what I'm doing is I'm looping the first few hits of my... Oh, alright, well, gotta go. I've been doing punch loops for like a year now, Skiller. Alright, anyway. Mission accomplished. We took care of the Shadow Tong, and now it's on to the next crime family. The last crime family is the President's Club. Kind of topical, I guess. But it's a crime family full of people who are not actually, most of whom named after presidents. It's like President Franklin, President Hamilton. So kind of weird, but you know, it'd be like that. But hey, I love it when a marathon sponsored by Motorola. No, just kidding. Only this video game is. So here we're gonna run to the end and deal with the president, the local president. I think you can also get collectible Puma shoes in this game. That's so there's quite a bit of product placement. Ooh, 50. Of course, the 50, very good. Get the one-shot all these people. Now we have to do a neutralizing shot to get this man to drop his minigun. Easy. So yeah, so this is President Lincoln. He's actually a president. You can tell he's a good president because he's got his biggest fan here with him. Used to have a Motorola. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I might have had a Motorola phone, but I don't know. It's been a while. Well, I can't tell the same one every time, Skiller. Okay, sometimes I have to change it up. Please. All right, so that is not a taxi. Oh no, that's a taxi. Oh my god. Oh, he got stuck behind my own car. Excellent. It's just how I drew it up. I'm really glad he still lets me take a ride even after I smashed my body into the side of his vehicle. Very, very considerate. All right, we're gonna go right out of bounds. Important advice for this level is go slowly under lasers. I have never played this level casually. I have no idea what that means, but I'm gonna assume it's important, so I recommend doing it. So anyway, we've now arrested another president. And now we're going to continue going slowly under lasers. And exit the level. So we're coming up here on another auto-scroller, which should be very fun. Is that? No, it is not attack. No! Is that a red light? No, not even once. Okay. This is, you know, most of my speed games I have played casually, but this is like 100% one I will never play casually. You couldn't get me to do it. This is a good speed game, though. I recommend it as a speed game. Consider it, you know? Okay. So, oh, there it is. So now we're going to do the second rail shooter. Pretty much the same rules as the first. Although I will be doing some more free aiming this time around. I should mention, though, that one thing that has changed is we are no longer in Twitch chat. We're now going to be in a different kind of chat. Homicide chat. This is homicide chat, so be careful. You know, be homicide chat for the next 4 minutes. So, but yeah, same rules. We're going to take them out so they don't do damage to us. We're going to try to avoid getting knocked out of our path by enemy vehicles. Bye. Sometimes you can see random traffic like moving forward and backwards because they're trying to move it out of the way of the rail shooter. It usually works. It doesn't always work, sadly. Yep, normal ramps. They're really, I bet they're really loving the ramps today in New York City, everywhere. So okay, so there's a good example. As you can see, that guy at the back, that one motorcycle, got tagged by the explosion and is now a ghost motorcycle. So he's just gonna, that motorcycle is just gonna follow us for a while. That guy also goes through the ramp, which is really good. In this case, with the sport bikes, it's actually better to free aim. You'll usually get more of them that way. You'll get the riders faster. I'm gonna attempt to explode this because I might be able to chain reaction it. No, apparently not. Okay, whatever. I'm sorry I brought it up. It is possible to chain reaction a motorcycle into a dump truck. So again, the focus, you always want to focus on vehicles that might interfere with your forward progress, and then focus on things that might damage you. Oh, wow. Oh. I really do love that you can explode cars, but the people inside them are still alive, as indicated by the red health bars. Ooh, that was a good chain reaction there. One of my friends thought 187 was an area code. Because they say 187 in this song. I have not let him live that down yet. So. Alright. Pretty good. I think we got one more wave of motorcycles and our wave of garbage trucks, and then we'll be at the end of this rail shooter. Oh, see? Great example of the random traffic just... Oh, what is 187? Yeah, Tempestral's got it right. 187 is the police code for homicide. So that's why, like, rap songs will mention it, hip-hop songs will mention it all the time. Or, like, there's a video game for, like, PS2 called 187 Ride or Die, which is, like, another example, so. I don't know what 5150 is. There are so many numbers that mean so many things, I'm not even going to speculate. A note about this song and this rail shooter. The rail shooter is longer than the song, but instead of making the rail shooter shorter, they just loop the song. We now have to free aim this guy, which is not fun. Because the free aiming is not good in this video game. There we go. Okay, cool. So we got another driving sequence. Again, we can't take transit here. We have to take a car. I usually police car is the police car sits at the value curve. That might have been, yeah, I could have taken that sport bike. Sport bikes are the fastest, but there's a risk you'll crash and die, and I don't know, weird things will happen. So. Oh yeah, the music is unironically good in this game. They have lots of good tracks. So, which is great and bad. It was much more fun before the DMC apocalypse happened, but yeah, there was Biggie track earlier, and there's so we haven't really even listened to that many tracks. There is a lot in this game. Because there's only a few parts in the game where the music is randomized, like there's definitely times where I just hear music I've never heard before in this game. All right, we are almost done here. We got into the print factory. Those guys get printed. Sorry. We're not going to attempt to fish for a super jump. Believe in the super jump. There's like a 5% chance. Come on. Nope. All right, no super jump, but that's okay. We got a backup strat. This is the one thing I found. This is my little contribution to this video game, is this awful backup strat. Where you push a barrel over and then jump onto here. And then clip in through the wall. We are going to destroy this first. That'll be useful in a second. So yeah, we clip inside this machine. And then we're back on track. Oh, I got interrupted by that box. Slowed down my walking. I mean, ideally, if you're in like a fast running animation as you approach the ladder, you'll get a sped up animation. This guy's gonna get in this truck and then he's immediately gonna get out of the truck because he realizes the truck has already been exploded. So that's a real wake up call for him. We already know where he's going though. He's gonna run straight to this spot and then we're gonna interrogate him. All right, and now we are going to be on our path to the final crime lord that we have to deal with in this game. That's going to be President Benjamin Franklin. All right, I would have liked that taxi. I thought about that taxi. Come on. Oh, no. That's a yellow car. You can't fool me. Don't believe it. All right. What? Folks, welcome to True Crime New York City Speedrunning, where the taxis are never here. They've never been here. We don't know where they are. Wow. I love it when they flick in and out of life just at the edge of my sight. Yep, did it again. Oh, wait. I think I saw... Oh. No. Okay. Nope. Taxis. Is that... I think that might be. Yeah, well, yeah. Okay, here we go. All right, so finally. That is almost our last taxi. Almost. But we gotta go to the record studio because we're trying to finish this game in record time. But we got our weapons taken from us, which is a real problem. And so we're gonna have to defeat this first guy without a gun. But good news, they left a lot of anime laying around. And so we're actually able to use anime. Nope, no. Whoa, come on. Why isn't it? Okay, well, this happens sometimes. Sometimes he insists on doing slashes. Yeah, I don't know. This is a solid video game, so what are you gonna do? All right. This should work this time. So we're trying to throw it. What? Okay. There we go. I don't know what happened there. It got stuck with the melee attack on, but it's fine. We are back on track. We're gonna grab these pistols. Maybe? Where'd that pistol go? All right, I lied. That pistol's gone. It was never real. So we gotta be careful here. If we run out of ammo, we don't have a pistol to back us up. Oh. Did that man drop a weapon? Yeah, he did. Okay. What? Oh, no, come on. Oh my goodness. I would like to shoot one of them. Okay. Oh no. Alright, well I'm dead. I'm so sorry, everyone. So as you can see, the auto aiming in this game is kind of a double-edged sword. Yeah, Skiller, I don't know what to tell you. Sometimes this game just throws you some curveballs. It's fine, you know. This is the life I've made for myself.
Well, as you're running back there, can I make a quick?
Please.
Yeah. So I just want to remind everybody that this is a charity marathon for Child's Play. Remember, !donate will get you that link. Let's definitely help out those kids. We're so close to our $400 goal. Only $15 more. We'll love to see that by the end of the night. So definitely check that out.
Awesome. Yeah, so close and doing so well. I mean, really, I you know, so happy to see people really coming out for this marathon. And we're gonna finish off with another recording studio here. We got another set of 3 guys. This man playing very sad piano music. Yeah, I can do this with 2 shotgun shells. What could possibly go wrong? Yeah, there we go. Easy peasy. So we could have clipped through a door to get to this exit, but that green elevator doesn't activate until we hit this switch. So sad times, but that's how it'd be. All right, so now we're gonna run back. I think I can note about running is that there are 2 types of running. I mentioned before you can fire the weapon. You can also hold down auto aim and you'll run fast. But of course the problem with that is that you'll always run towards whatever you've locked onto. And so if there's someone to lock onto, that's not helpful. All right, so here's the deal. We have to hit him with weapons. Which means that we have to use bamboo because bamboo is tougher than our fist. That's the end of the first phase. He now runs into his rooftop dojo. Oh, wow. I did not expect the immediate block. So anyway, we're going to punch loop him. Punch loop him straight to the end. He drops his sword and runs away. Thankfully, he has a zip line to another roof. And we got phase 3. Now he has 2 swords. And we chuck the sword into the night, as you do when you finish the villain. All right, so as it turns out, we have now gotten clues from 4 crime families to discover who the evil within the police office is. And the evil within the police office was actually our police mentor from the very beginning of the game, who faked his own death and is now trying to escape New York City. However, our police mentor is an idiot because he is trying to escape New York City using the New York subway, which he has been stuck on for the entirety of the video game. We will now apprehend him in the subway. I do not know what his plan was. All right, time will end when the cutscene appears. So time is coming up probably in about 5-10 seconds. Folks, thank you so much for letting me play this. As I mentioned before, I always love showing off this speedrun at marathons. Always happy to support an excellent cause. Remember, we're so close to the 400 time. There we go. Excellent. GG. That was a run. We had a few silly parts. Crime Cavern was unexpected. Benjamin Studio was unexpected. But we got the job done, and it was Higgins faking his own death. I can't believe it. But that's about it for me. For this, was really happy to do 2 runs. Again, folks, so close to the $400 goal. Get that donos in, and keep watching the marathon.
Yeah, thank you so much, PMC. That was 2 really great games, both yesterday and today. And as PMC said, yep, we are so close to hitting that donation goal of $400. Only 15 more to go. Oh, guys, it's in sight. It's right there. So we're going to go ahead and take a quick break, get our next runner all set up, which is Rip WSB playing Soma. So don't go anywhere, and we'll be right back.